The only issue I have with Bruce, a.k.a. Caitlyn, is that, one, he's going to spell his name with a C, and two, that he's getting the surgery so late that he committed a crime as a man but may get tried as a woman.
He didn't have the courage to come out and do that at that time. I mean, that's...
Because he was facing having to go to a men's jail.
No. You really think he did this to get out of going to jail?
No, I don't think he really did to get out of jail, but under the circumstances, it's very convenient.
Okay, but that's not related.
Yeah, at the same time, though, if it comes down to it, then he might have to do what he
Okay,
has
but
to do.
this, what was filmed, what they showed was, like, not recently. It was a while ago. And
what, on
then
Vanity?
he went through, the show, where he talked about it. And the Nancy Grace interview, that was, like, 2 months ago, and then they just showed it. Or whoever it was that he went on with and talked and just came out about it.
Well, then that still will argue the debate, then who would look better, Kris Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn low-key looks better than her. I'll see about that.
But still, I would think with all the money that they have, he could got maybe a little bit better. That's all I'm going to say.
He's old, so either way, she's going to be old too. Like, you can't get a new face just because you're turning into
But I bet you when Kris Jenner cries, it looks real.
True that. She cried on the show. That was really sad.
But really, I think 20 years from now, I don't think... We'll definitely have more education on, especially with transgender or sexuality or being bisexual or being gay. Yeah. There's going to be... People are going to accept it more, but then you're going to run into situations like Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner, where if you commit a crime as a man, 20 years from now, the technology, you could probably get a sex change in the course of an hour.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, you're going to have to learn how to deal with that as society changes. Hopefully our justice system will change and we'll have ways of handling that. In the past, we haven't really had that problem. Well, so, like, when it comes, we'll have to deal with it.
What I was talking about before, like, I was talking to a good friend, and we were talking about, being gay and being bisexual. I'm heterosexual. I've never been attracted to men before, so I can't really speak for someone that's gay. But I just feel like in celebrity or in Hollywood, there are gay people in Hollywood that carry themselves completely normal, they just go about their day. You wouldn't even know that they were gay. It's the openly just, I feel sometimes overly gay people where that kind of turns me off, and that puts a stain on the gay community. Because it's like being black, during the civil rights movement, or even today. It only takes a handful of black people for another race to think that all black people act the same, where they're all ignorant or all ratchet. That's not the case.
Uneducated people.
It's not even that, though, but like what you were saying, if a black person is walking down the street and they're like, yes, I'm black and I'm proud, I look at them like, all right, nigga, why? If a white person is walking down the street, like, I'm white and I'm proud, white power, look at them and be like, why you, what the fuck?
I don't know, it depends on where you live, because you can be in a very rural area and they do that every day, and I don't think it'd be an issue at all.
If a gay person walks down the street and is like, I'm gay, I'm proud, then you're going to look at them and they just take the attention and use it for more proud.
Now, I know this is going to piss off a lot of our viewers, but since this is rude humor, I can be 100 with myself and don't care what you think. I can probably speak for a lot of guys where I do feel bad for gay men, because me being a guy, when I see two guys kissing, I'm kind of like, I don't freak out, but it just kind of, exactly, where when I see two girls kiss, I fucking love it. Like, maybe it's just me. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything.
Awkward, though.
But I know a lot of girls that go through college and they go through that experimental phase where they start kissing girls, and it's
not being gay, though.
Why isn't it?
It's definitely a double standard.
Like I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I know a lot of guys, they'll see two guys kissing and be like, whoa, like, do that somewhere else. But those same guys will see two girls kissing and be in love with it.
Yeah, well, that's a double standard, right?
So we do have the double standard. Do you think, 20 years from now that will change? Just how jokes will be, if she's a softball player, she must be a dyke, which is not true at all.
I hope that goes away. There are a lot of shit that I feel like, hopefully, if our generation doesn't mess up raising the next generation, will be not as severe.
Well, we're already messing up the next generation because people are allergic to everything, especially with all the antibiotics they're taking.
But I mean, like, I feel like racism in my parents' generation, my dad, went to a segregated high school for the first year, you know what I mean? And I doubt that they thought that we would have come this far. So hopefully in the next generation, it'll be further, is that wrong to want? I mean, my kids aren't going to be racist.
But I think, going forward, like I said, with the younger people, with gender or even race, is not really that big of an issue for us. I still think it's going to take someone with higher power that's gay for it to really just
sink in. Yeah. Well, why did it take this long to have a black president? You saying it didn't sink in that we're all equal?
Well, the difference with having a black president is religion really doesn't come into it. Where with being gay or transgender or bisexual, religion is always going to come up, especially if you live in Kentucky or Tennessee or anywhere in the Bible Belt.
Right.
It's going to play, it goes hand in hand, religion and being gay. So that's why I feel like someone in politics, maybe not the president, but vice president or something just below, someone's going to have to be bisexual. Well, first, they're never going to let a bisexual person go because they're going to say, wait, which one are you going to be with? Are we going to have a first lady or we're going to have a first man? But if it's someone that's gay, I think that's what would really help us evolve as a country. Exactly.
That's the sad thing, though, is that you need some kind of figurehead to do that. I mean, that's the problem in itself, is that we can't let others be themselves because it violates something that you might believe. Like, if that's something that makes you happy, fine.
You do you.
It doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form who they find attractive or who they are as a person. So,
who cares? Why do you feel the need to push your opinion on other people?
With the government, if you're supposed to have this whole separation of church and state.
Exactly.
I mean, freedom of religion is that, freedom of religion, and it drops down from there. So whatever religion you are, fine. Be happy, believe it. Think that, man shall not lay with man. Fine. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But you don't have to think somebody's less of a person.
Right.
They're technically free under the law in the country that you live in.
Right. Like, they're not any less qualified to be in a position of authority than...
If anything, I would think they'd be more qualified because they're more open-minded to things.
Right. And they've probably gone through a hell of...
They've had to go through more scrutiny in their life to get to the position that they're at just to even be comfortable. So I would actually rather have someone be gay and be higher up, whether it's a corporate job or whatever job I'm doing, than, maybe even someone that's straight that, comes from a small town, not to be from a small town, but, someone that only has one type of thinking.
Close-minded and shit, yeah.
Exactly. So, and that even goes back to what you're saying with church and state. I think it's very funny that in order to be a good Republican representative, you have to be a good Christian man, but yet it has to be separation of church and state. And what was his name? Who ran for the second race, the really rich one? Not John McCain. Who was the next Republican that was going for president against Obama? Oh, he was a Mormon. What the fuck was his name? Why can't was it Mitt Romney?
Yeah,
Mitt Romney. I don't know why the fuck couldn't think of his name. Yeah, but Mitt Romney, he was Mormon. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even understand, if he would have been president, we could have been having polygamy. I could have had like 1,000 wives right now. So
you mad, bro?
No, I'm not really mad because I couldn't have 1,000 wives. I don't even know how they do. I can't even deal with one. I don't know how I can deal with 5. Now, granted, when I'm done, I can have one make me a sandwich and another one find a remote. But that's a convenience. But still,
it's a good thing that we have these laws, but it's a bad thing that you need laws to say it's okay to do that. It's just a problem.
Exactly. I completely understand where you're coming from, especially with the separation of church and state, but that's just the country that I live in. But, with rude humor, we talk about things like that. But, we always like to end our shows with what grinds my gears. And I'll say with this topic, what really grinds my gears is the whole Caitlyn Jenner. Not for the process of him getting a sex change, but I just want to see the same support that when he's up for trial and if he gets convicted of manslaughter, when he goes to woman jail, I want to see the same support as him getting the whole change. I want to see supporters. But that's rude humor. Thank you for watching this week and tune in every Friday for a new episode.